سلام به همه. اینجا هزاره ها و جهان. من مهدی سینا و همکارم نعیم سروری مثل همیشگی با خود داریم. امروز یک مهمان بسیار خاص. اینا خوشتیپ هستند، خوش لباس هستند، خوش سلیقه هستند و یک از خانم‌های بسیار موفق در عرصه تجارت پروپرتی یا ریال استیت. اینا که هستند در کانادا بسیار خانم موفق هستند. از ایندیپندنت این مایندست بین از ماست که ما میگیم که خانم‌ها زیادتر کارا رو انجام دادن نمیتونه، اما اینا که یک پروف هسته که مثلا خانم‌ها خودشون چی میتونه یک موفق در عرصه تجارت هم باشه. ما امروز خانم شکریه را با خود داریم در مورد ریال استیت، در مورد زندگی اینا کمی گفتگو کنیم. امیدوارم که تا آخر ویدیو با ما باشین. خانم شکریه عزیز، خوش آمدین در برنامه هزاره ها و جهان.
سلام به تمام بینندگان این پروگرام. سلام به ناطقهای ما مهدی جان، نعیم جان. زیاد خوش هستم که در این برنامه ما دعوت کردین و سلام به تمام بینندگان در هر کنج دنیا که هستین. خدا کنه جور و صحتمند باشین. Moving forward, my name is Shukria Ganji. As Mehdi mentioned, I'm a real estate advisor with Royal LePage West based out of Vancouver, Canada. I'm very excited to be here today. And my hope for today's discussion is that the audience will walk away with a few pointers that will help them in their real estate journey.
Amazing. Let's do it.
شکریه گنجی، بسیار خوشحالم که امروز شما رو خدمت داریم و چقدر خوب فارسی گپ می‌زنید شما و معمولا که در کانادا هستین و اکسنت شما کانادایی است و به مراتب که فکر کنم اگر شما کمی درباره از خودم اطلاعات بدین که چقدر سال میشه در کانادا هستین، آیا منجا متولد شدین، چه رقم؟
Actually من در شهر زیبای کابل جان پیدا شده بودم. I'm the youngest of 5 children. یعنی از 3 خواهر دارم، 1 برادر دارم. در پدر جان ما در شهر کابل پرزافروشی داشت. مادر ما در یکی از پوانتونای کابل در فاکولتی کیمیا و کمیستری فاکولتی ممبر بود. در سال 1992 در سایه جنگ و غیره مجبور شدیم که از شهر کابل به طرف شهر مزار شریف بریم. چون که وقت کابل ترک کرده بودم خیلی خرد بودم، چندان کدام I don't have very much memories, but از شهر مزار شریف زیاد دوست دارم. زیاد مردم خوب، زیاد مردم مهربان و میهمان نواز هستن. باز در سال 1998 از خاطر که طالبان مزار شریف رو وقت میگرفتن مجبور شدیم که از مزار شریف رو به طرف پاکستان مهاجر شویم. در پاکستان تقریبا 1.5 سال بودیم و بعد از او در شهر زیبای ونکوور کانادا آمدیم.
چی قشنگ. همه این داستانا را یک رقم مختصرا بلدیز ما گفتی. ما رفتم دمو حال هوایی گفتی من دختر کابل جان هستم. ما بخیر دمو یادم زو آهنگ رفتم که میگه دختر کابل. چه قشنگ. خب بسیار خوب. در کانادا راستی شما درسای مثلا ریال استیت خواندین یا مثلا چی مدت میشه در بخش ریال استیت کار کنین؟
تقریبا مدت 2 سال میشه که در ریال استیت ادوایزر یا راهنمای معاملات بیزنس دارم. از وظیفه خیلی خوش هستم، خیلی دوست دارم. In a way I'm helping people find their dream home.
واقعا یک کاری نیک است برای جامعه که بتونن یک خانه خوب و پر از لطف و صفا و عشق در خانه برای مردم تهیه کنیم. شکریه جان، چی باعث شد که مثلا از کریر یا از شغل کاری ریال استیت انتخاب کنیم شما؟
So in order to answer this question, I'll take you back a little bit to my professional background. Originally, I wanted to become a flight attendant in hopes of seeing the world and traveling. وقتی که سنف 12 خلاص کردم و سن 17 ساله بودم. And in order to enroll to flight attending school, you need to be at least, I believe, 19 years at the time. So there was a 2-year sort of gap that I didn't know what to do with. And I didn't want to waste my time waiting around for 2 years. So I decided to pursue post-secondary in business, specializing in hospitality. So while I was still in school, I actually got a part-time job at a four-diamond hotel called Westin. That's a Marriott hotel, as a banquet server, so serving food to people, literally. And then throughout time, I sort of moved up to the front as a guest service agent. And then once my studies were completed, I took the leap and moved into the sales department. And then years later, I landed a role as a luxury sales manager at a five-diamond luxury hotel. So my role involved a lot of traveling, which is what I wanted, to North American cities. I mean, I wish I could go to Asia and other parts of the world, but it only involved North America. And in my role in that sort of capacity, I was dealing with a lot of high net profile individuals. So my role involves selling the city, Vancouver as a destination A, and B, the five-diamond luxury hotel for their choice of place of stay when they are visiting the city. So I spent a lot of time with, lawyers, doctors, entrepreneurs, musicians, believe it or not, celebrities, entrepreneurs, CEOs. They all came from different walks of life, but they're all very successful, and they had a lot of disposable income. So I kind of wanted to know what these people are doing with their money. Throughout our conversations during those trips, I found that the common denominator is that they all had investments in real estate.
Wow.
Whether it be in North America and other parts of the world, it was real estate that was sort of the common denominator. So that sort of planted a seed for me. And I realized that in order to establish multi-generational stability, real estate is key. So I sort of came back after those trips thinking, how can I sort of make that work for me? Honestly, if your audience hasn't been to Vancouver, or if anybody else hasn't been to Vancouver, it's one of the most desirable cities to live in around the world.
Okay.
Yes, over and over again, there's many reports that backs this up, actually. We have the Pacific Ocean on our coast. We have evergreen trees. We have mountains. And the key thing about this city is that it's the warmest city in Canada. So whenever you see those news reports, Canada's covered in snow, we don't get that here. یعنی سال یک دفعه یا سال دو دفعه زیاد که برف بزنه، سال یک دفعه یا دو دفعه برف میزنه، یعنی در سر کوهایش برف میزنه، مگر بین شهر it doesn't snow very much. So that's why it's considered a desirable city.
ببخشید شکریه، شما کلمه desire استفاده کردین. برای من این لفظ خیلی جالب است. چی باید شد مثلا ما رو فهمیدیم که امو اینستینکتی یا امو خواهش درونش، مثلا وقتی که شما سیلزمن بودین، سیلز وومن بودین و مثلا دستنیشن سیتی رو سودا میکردین و کیکین کرده و باید شد که شما زیادتر درباره ونکوور برای از ما معلومات بدین که واقعا یک چیز خوب است. ولی در لابلای معلومات کلمه desire استفاده کردین. چی باید شد که کلمه رو استفاده کنین؟
I think a lot of people that are familiar with the city, they will describe Vancouver as desirable because, if you're visiting the city or if you live here, you could do multiple activities in the same day. Like you can ski, snowboard, you can sail around the ocean, like sail on a boat, and sit in a restaurant on the outside in a patio all in the same day. So basically what I'm saying is the weather is cold in the mountains where you can ski, you can have a boat and go sailing around the coast, but you can also within the city limits, the weather is humid enough for you to enjoy a meal outdoors on a patio. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, interesting. دوستایی که شنیدین گپای خانم شکریه را وقتی کانادا رفتین حتما کزینا تماس شنین. اینا شهر کانادا را مثل کف دیسکو بلد هستن و میتونن شهر کانادا رو برایشون نشان بدن. اینا در مورد شهر کانادا گفتن که شهر کانادا یک از شهرهای بسیار جالب دنیا است که شما میتونین هم در اونجا که مثلا لخشک بزنید یا روی برفا برین، مثلا قد برفا بازی کنین، at the same time در عین حال میتونین در بیچ برین یا در مثلا صخره برین آب بازی کنید یا در یک رستوران خوب برین، از آب و هوای شهر لذت ببرین. حتما ما اگر در کانادا آمدیم، اگر در ونکوور آمدیم، we're gonna come to you, we're gonna say hello to you. Definitely,
Yes,
you promise you're
definitely.
gonna pass around. But apart from that, let's talk a little bit about بیایم که زیادتر روی هدفهای آینده شما گپ بزنیم. ما میفهمیم که مثلا شما یک خانم موفق در عرصه مثلا تجارت، مثلا ریال استیت موفق هستین، از خود بیزنس دارین. هدف آینده شما از مثلا از این بیزنس چی هست؟
That's one day or my goal. I'm hoping to grow into a team. I'm still a one-woman team, so it's very hard to be at different locations. It's a lot of running back and forth. I can only be at one place at one time, so I'm hoping to have bodies around me that I can rely and trust on, so we can handle multiple transactions simultaneously.
Oh, nice. Okay, so like, is there any specific person who's supporting, like your family or your friend, like who's supporting you, like a real friend?
Like my number one supporters?
Yes.
Honestly, I have to say it's my husband.
Okay.
Going from like sort of a hospitality background into real estate, I had to take some time off to go back to school. He was in full support. I still make him do a lot of my things. Selling a home, I wouldn't say is the easiest. He helps me with a lot of tasks when it comes to lifting heavy objects and so forth. But also my family, my dad, my sisters, my brother, my mom. I think there isn't no in their dictionary. Anytime I've suggested something or I've put a thought forward, they've said go for it. We believe in you. You can do it.
Nice. پس از این فهمیدم میشه که sorry ما جمله رو بگم باز سوال. پس از این فهمیدم میشه که همیشه پشت موفق ترین مردا یک دست یک زن نیسته. پشت بعضی موفق ترین خانم‌ها هم دست یک مرد هم وجود داره. هم امکان داره. اوکی نیم سوری من نمیخواستم چیکار سوال از شما من.
خیلی هیچ گپ نه، نو پرابلم. راستی گفتین شوهر دارین شکریا، چند سال مشارکت کردین؟
Oh God, you're gonna make me look old. I want to say just over 5 years. Fine, so.
خب این شوهر شما افغانی هسته یا از دیگه مردم هستن؟
No, افغانی هستن.
خب بسیار خوب. دیگه موریم روی مثلا سوال بعدی، مثلا یک نفر اگر بخواد خصوصا یک دختر خانم یا یک بچه‌ای که تازه جوان میشه و بخواد مثلا باید در بخش ریال استیت کار کنه، شما برای از اونا چی پیشنهاد دارین؟ چی یک نصیحت میدین اونا؟
So I have 4 key points that I'll speak on. So one, this is for anybody that wants to invest in real estate. So one is do your research, wherever you live, whatever city, and you can apply this anywhere you live. So you have to know your area. You have to know, stay up to date with your local economy, read the paper, read the business section, visit your city hall, see the number of where are the jobs going. Anytime there's the unemployment rate is low, that means that city is doing well. So you want to make sure that the city is growing. There's lots of jobs available. That you want to know that you want to move into a city that has good infrastructure, meaning that there's rapid transit. So if there's rapid transit, not everybody necessarily owns a car. So rapid transit is very important. And also, are there new immigrants coming to that city? That mean, and when I say new immigrants, I don't necessarily mean refugees. I mean, are people leaving other parts of the country to come into that city specifically because it's a desirable place to live in. Like in Vancouver, for example, every year we get about 50 to 60,000 new newcomers, quote unquote newcomers. They're either new immigrants that are just coming to Canada and accepting Canada as their new home, or they're moving from other parts of Canada to Vancouver because Vancouver is a desirable city to live in. So those are key factors that really affect real estate values in your neighborhood. So that's one, doing your research. Two is having a team work on your side. When I say a team, I mean a real estate advisor like myself, a mortgage broker, a financial advisor they do this for a living. Like we do this for a living, right? Somebody that can walk you through and guide you through the process. So don't feel like you have to go through this by yourself. And then my number 3 or key point is start small, which is very hard for us Afghans because we're used to everything big, you know. Back home, our homes are big. We have big yards, we have big backyards, we have front yards. But living in expensive cities like Vancouver, that may not be the first home that you can afford. So starting small would be maybe buying into a 1-bedroom apartment or 2-bedroom apartment first as your entry-level home. And as we know, land values appreciate over the years. So maybe a couple of years, 3 to 5 years down the road, you can upgrade to a bigger home. It would be nice to live in a mansion, but realistically, I think entry-level homes are the homes that will enable us to move into bigger homes down the road.
Okay. نعیم سوری صدایت قطع. خب
سوری
اوکی نعیم سوال ادامه.
پیش از اینکه بریم روی نکته 4 یک قیمت یک آپارتمان 2 بدرومه در شهر ونکوور چند است؟
So the شهر Vancouver, you know, the downtown, the city hub, up until pre-COVID, پیش از Corona, it was a very desirable area to live. You're looking at $1 million for 2 bedrooms.
And that's considered a very, very small investment, like a foot at the doorstep.
So I wouldn't. So for my clients that are just starting their real estate journey, I wouldn't advise investing in downtown because of the real estate values have appreciated so much already. I would advise investing in a smaller city or the suburbs where a 1-bedroom may only be in the range of $300,000 to $400,000. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, right.
Yeah. Okay.
And then a couple of years from down the road, that you know, the trends have shown that property that today is $300,000 to $400,000, it will be $800,000 to $900,000 in 7 to 10 years.
Okay. Interesting. I like the optimism around that. خب دوستا همین رقم که گفتیم سوال از ما در مورد ازی بود کسایی که میخواد داخل ریال استیت بره از اینوستر از میخواد اونجا بر کار کنه. خانم شکریه گفت چند اصول داره که او اصولا رو باید پیاده کنه که I think که امو اصول اساسیشی بسیار خوب شی گفتن که I really like that که گفتن که اول تحقیقات کنید در مورد از شهر که شما زندگی نید تحقیقات در چی مورد کنید در مورد بخش های مثل infrastructure امو چیزای اساسات اولیه مثل که مثلا رفت آمد و یا public transport چی خوب باشد at the same time امو شارکست گروت که داره یا رشد که داره دیگه ایمیگرنت گفتن ما افغانی از همیشه فکر کنیم ایمیگرنت کسایی که در کشتی میان دیگه میان اما ایمیگرنت میتونه کسایی باشن که در بسیار پیسه دار هستن و مثلا از کشور چین میخواین برن در ونکوور یا ملبورن استرالیا بخواد زندگی کنه میان اینجا سرمایه گذاری مونن یاد ما و مگه اونجا کس در اگه شهرها این خاصیت‌ها داشتن یکی از قانونای امی اول ایو بود دوم چی بود که یک تیم داشته باشین که تیمشون در بخش فایننس در بخش اکاونتینگ در بخش مثلا لا یا رگولاتور در این بخشا کسته مسلط داشته باشد و سومش در بخش از این بود که شما نمیتونین که مثلا از کلان شروع کنین همیشه از کوچکترین سرمایه گذاری شروع کنین مثلا خانه یک اتاق بخرین یا خانه یونیت ما در استرالیا یونیت میگیم از یونیت شروع کنین از همون طریق بعد از چند سال کم پیسه دار شدین میتونین یک تاون هاوس بخرین بازو کسته شما میخواین دیگه راه پیدا کنین خب تانکی شکریه بسیار نقطه اساسی را اشاره کردی و کدام چیزی آخر که most تو پرسان نگداشی یا final points یا final thoughts کدام چیزی که ما پرسان نگداشی یا خودت میخوای قد بیننده شیر کنی
So my final thoughts is really for the ladies, for the girls out there that are either wanting to become an entrepreneur or they have a dream in any career path that they want to take. I really encourage them to take that leap. You know, opportunities, we live in a world where opportunities aren't handed to you. You have to take them yourself. So just stay consistent, stay focused, block out all the noise and all the negativity, work hard. And, you know, I'm sure 10 years down the road, if you are staying consistent and focused, you will be happy with with what you've accomplished. And there's a saying that goes along the lines that you can't fail unless you quit. So if you keep trying, you're going to land somewhere.
Interesting. My only question is, why only ladies? Why your point, like, why you message only for ladies? Why not for like everyone?
Honestly,
Just to be fair.
I guess that could be for anyone, but I wanted to really take that point home with ladies, because I guess in our communities and just the way we've been raised, it's a little bit slightly harder for female entrepreneurs to come forward. That's why I mentioned ladies. But if gentlemen want to take that advice, I give it to them. Go right ahead.
Of course, I am 100% agree with you. Yeah, in our community, ladies has been suppressed. Yeah, we are quite conservative in that case. I hope they take it well. Thank you for that.
Thank you. And if any of the audience have any questions, whether it be real estate or if they want to come visit Van City, you know where to reach me. My Instagram is at Shukria Ganji, or my website, www.shukriaganji.ca. I'm happy to host you, show you around the city. I've lived here long enough to know every inch and corner. Happy to show you around.
Just to be straightforward, are you going to charge them as well?
No, not at all. This is what Afghan hospitality is about.
Okay, we got the proof. So ladies and gentlemen, like, if you want to visit Vancouver, get in contact, get in touch with Shukria. She is generous, she is kind, and she is going to be helpful as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
تشکر شکریه که وقت دادین و آمادین این معلوماتی درباره کار و رشته کاری خود قد از ما شریک کردین. تشکر بسیار زیاد. و دوستایی که تا این لحظه ما را سعی کردین، امیدوارم که صحبت‌های شکریه چیزی را مخته باشین، و خصوصا دختر خانمایی که میخواین از خودان یک چیزی شروع کنن، بیزنس باشن و کریر باشن و هر چی باشن، میتونن از شکریه الهام بگیرن و کارهای خود را با همت بلند شروع کنن. دیگه اگر همونطور شکریه گفته، اگر یک روز در کانادا رفتین، حتما قد شکریه در تماشینین. اینا میتونه شما را کسته با وجود از اینکه خودش کارونن شما رو بتونن اونجا پذیرایی کنن و دور بر شهر در شما نشان بدین و بتونن از شما خیلی خوب مهمان نوازی کنن. دیگه باز تشکر. لایک و کامنت و سابسکرایب از یادشون نره دوستای عزیز. دیگه میرسیم کم کم به طرف آخر برنامه. دیگه اگر گفتنی میدی یا شکریه شما داشته باشین در آخر برنامه میتونین بگین.
Once again, I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you, a huge thank you, Shukriya. Honestly, like, this is the first time I'm talking to you, and I got impressed by a lot of like really key values you provided to us. And I think hopefully we're gonna keep this trend in the future. And then if people need more information about this, hopefully we're gonna bring you again so you can share more values with people. And hopefully ladies, not only ladies, to be fair, like gentlemen or lads as well, they get some value from this video as well. And I hope they get inspired by this video, and they start doing what they want to do in their life. And thank you once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.